My name is Des McAllan, and welcome to another broadcast of Preparing for the King. You know, the day that we live in is really no different to the days of the early church. And yet one of the most common things that was spoken to the early church was the need for them to walk in love. In every epistle, we find that Paul or James or Peter or John, all of them wrote to the churches and spoke to them and told them about forgiving, told them about not taking offence. And so that's the same message for us today. In fact, I think that's one of the most important messages that you or I as a believer can not only hear, but that we can do every day in our lives. There may be some of you that are watching this broadcast, and you may be thinking, well, I hate my mother-in-law. I hate my boss. I hate my parents. But let me tell you something. The love of God in you is greater than anything that may have happened to you in your life. I'm thinking of a wonderful testimony that ended up being a wonderful testimony of a woman that I met many years ago. I was asked to go and visit her in hospital, and when I went there, I found her that she was there with her husband. She was only able to eat baby food, and her body was dying, and they could not find out why. As I spoke to her, I asked her and said, "Do you have unforgiveness against anybody?" And she said yes, there was a person in her life that had done her great harm. And I showed her in the scriptures, just like what I'm sharing with you today, how that she could forgive because the greater one dwells within her, and she can forgive from her heart. And so she decided that she was going to obey the word of God. And so out of her mouth, she prayed and said that I choose to forgive such and such who has caused me so much harm in my life. Immediately after she had finished that prayer and from her heart forgiven and asked God to forgive her, she turned to her husband and said, "Get me something to eat." Well, he handed her some sandwiches, and for the first time in a long time, she ate sandwiches and not baby food. She went on to recover completely. What a wonderful testimony and a wonderful miracle. Just as she forgave from her heart, you can too from your heart forgive, because the greater one lives within you. Hey, you can find more out about McAllan Ministries by going on the web to www.mcallanministries.com. I'm living my life every day in preparation for the coming of our King, and you can too.